and welcome to Club 6, Episode 9 of The Pilgrimage on FM24. I'm Jamie, and as you'll notice, we've come back rather earlier than I had advertised on the previous episode. I'll be back in a moment to explain why. Okay, here we go then. Here is the reason why we've come back early. Following my application for the Newcastle job, the board have invited me to attend an interview with them to discuss the vacancy. Despite offering me an interview, the board do have strong reservations about my suitability to deliver the club's ambitious vision for the future. This is mainly as a result of your complete lack of experience in winning league titles. There is, however, recognition that your strong commitment towards playing a high-tempo pressing game would align well with Newcastle's vision. The interview will give you the opportunity to discuss your suitability for the role and allow us to discuss our ambitions and plans with you in more detail. So let's get into the interview and see if we can land the job. So the board are pleased that I have taken the time to attend today. There are a few questions they would like to ask me to see if I'm the right man to take the club forward. So let's thank them for the opportunity and get down to business. Am I able to say why I have moved between clubs quite so often? I've been ambitious, and whenever an opportunity arose for me to further my own prospects, I felt obliged to take it. Are you perhaps looking to move on from your current job while things are going well and your stock is high? I've done a good job and feel that the time is right to take the next step in my career. You've developed a reputation for applying for other jobs while still employed. What's all that about? I am going to put that as a positive. I won't let anything get in the way of my ambition to further my career prospects. You have previously been embroiled in media controversy, citing your inability to cultivate a strong dressing room atmosphere. What can you say to address our concerns about that happening here? That was very much the exception rather than the rule. Are you able to ease our worries about losing the backing of your players and the subsequent airing of dirty laundry in public? I'm going to say I've learned from those mistakes, because I think that's a good thing to say. Could you come in and get our disappointing season back on track? I'll make an immediate difference. How do you feel about working with current Director of Football, Monchi? Happy to work with him, why not? As part of the recruitment process, we're willing to allow you to request changes to our current backroom staff, as well as the chance to request any staff members you would like to bring with you from your current club. Sort of budget would you be looking for? I want to bring my assistant, but I don't want to bring anybody else. So probably only a small budget. And let's have a look at the board culture and club vision. So make the most of set pieces is preferred. That's fine. Play high tempo pressing football. Preferred. Again, fine. Possession football. Pleased with that. So yeah, absolutely. Actionable objectives, work within the wage budget is required. That's fine. Sign players to sell for a profit is favoured. Okay, that's fine as well. 1 year contracts for players over 33 is required, and I would prefer that myself anyway. Maximum 2 year contracts for players over 31. That again is fine. Is a desired but not required board objective. 4 year contracts for first team players, favoured, and I would agree with that. 3 year contracts for players over the age of 29 is desired, and again that fits well with me. So the 5 year plan, end of the current season, reach the latter stages of the Champions League and qualify for the Champions League again. That's fine. Competitive in the EFL Cup and work towards developing the best youth system in the country. So they're clearly looking to start bringing through their own players, develop the best youth system in the country next season, work towards winning the Premier League. And that is the objective for the next couple of years, and then eventually win the Premier League and go on winning it. So that's an exciting vision that I want to be a part of. Targeting a top half finish, is that something you think is attainable, or can you take us further? I think I could challenge for Champions League qualification. Transfer budget of £163,000. I'll accept it, but I'm surprised. Wage budget of 5.2 million a week. That's fine. Is there anything else I want them to consider? No. And that concludes the interview. So I'll be back in a moment to let you know how it's gone. Okay, well, Newcastle really took their time with making a decision. Exactly 3 weeks since my interview, they've come back to me and have informed me that, having carried out the interview process, they've decided against offering me the job. They were satisfied with the plans I put forward in my interview, but ultimately decided I wasn't the right person to take the club forward, and have gone with Arne Slot instead. So that does mean that there will be 2 matches on today's episode, and those will be the games in the Premier League, away to West Ham and at home to Liverpool. So I'll be back with the team news for the West Ham game in just a moment. Okay, here is the team then for the game against West Ham, and it is Mamardashvili in goal, back four of Doig, Colwill, Ampadu and Justin, Gray behind Jimenez and Musa in midfield, Velasco on the left, Prestiani on the right, Nonto up front. So let's submit the team and go give a team talk. Okay, my assistant manager is recommending the media have given you a lot of credit lately. Go out there and put on a worthy display. I'm going to disagree with him. I'm going to go with the top one instead. Our continental qualification hopes are still alive. Let's do all we can and see what happens. So let's try pumped fists. Go with that. And let's get out there for the match. And let's see if we can extend West Ham's winless run to 4. So we're underway, and hopefully the first highlight will be ours. We've won it back, Musa into Nonto. So it started as a West Ham highlight, and in fact they've won it back again. So it's a bit of a mishmash highlight. Ward-Prowse's ball in, and Bayer gives West Ham the lead. And we've been absolutely ripped apart there. Let's demand more. Won't go attacking yet. But that does put West Ham right behind us in the table. We're 10th, they're 11th as it stands. But we could go up to a 9th if we can turn this around. So let's demand more and see if we can get a way back into the match. Alvarez for West Ham to Timber into Borges. Borges finds Bayer. Timber to Pizarro. Gouveia to Pizarro again into Timber. Back to Bamba, finds Pizarro. Bamba to Starheim, I think that was. Justin's got it. Prestiani though, and Nonto loses out. Musa though feeds it through to Velasco, and we're back on level terms on 21 minutes. Or are we? The goal's disallowed. It remains 1-0. So, not great so far. Nonto having a particularly poor game. So we'll demand more again. And let's see if we can manage to get back on level terms before half time. Not looking likely, but it's Mamardashvili launching it forward. Timber wins the header, but Nonto's got it back and finds Prestianini. Gray onto Ampadu. To Musa, onto Prestianini. He's into the area, and Prestianini finds the corner of the net with a rocket. And that is West Ham 1, Leeds 1. So we're back on level terms at the break. And let's go and... what can we say? Need more possession. And let's have a look at some subs. Okay, Archie Gray definitely needs to come off for Douglas Luiz. And also Josh Doig for Pascal Strauch. And actually, I'm also going to take Velasco off as well and bring on Okafor. So let's get out there for the second half and see if we can complete the turnaround and walk away with 3 points. Strauch to Luiz, into Musa. Musa hits the shot, but it's straight down the goalkeeper's throat, and the highlight comes to an end. And it's Starheim to Kudus, Starheim to Pizarro to Bamba, Starheim to Bamba into Timber. And West Ham have started the second half really well. That's just wide. I'm going to hit them with a demand more. And Wilfried Nonto needs to come off. Bellio is exactly the right replacement, so we'll get him on. And Jimenez, in fact, Jimenez and Musa both need to come off. Jimenez is playing less well than Musa. So I'll bring on Eklenkamp for him. As Serkati comes forward for West Ham, finds Timber. Borges, back to Serkati. Into Pizarro. Kudus to Namaso on the left-hand side. Namaso looking for a cross. Pulls it back. Musa is dispossessed. And Bayer restores West Ham's lead. Total cock-up at the back for the second time today. Demand more. Goalkeeper plays it to Serkati, finds Timber. Plays it forward for Borges, back to Pizarro. Into Borges. Plays it to Kudus, who shoots. And Mohamed Kudus finds the back of the net. It's 3-1 to West Ham. And they're over the hill and far away now. We're not coming back from that one. So we might as well go attacking. Demand more as soon as we can. And it's played into the box, headed on, but the goalkeeper picks that one up nice and easily. Riznik rolls it out to Serkati. Plays it forward under no pressure to Borges, who beats a couple of players. And then plays it across to Namaso. And Danny Namaso picks out the back of the net. That's 4-1. And this day is going from bad to worse. And we've got 5 minutes left. Douglas Luiz's free kick to Prestiani. And he shoots and shoots wide. And surely that is going to be the final action and the final humiliation, as Mamardashvili's had the game from hell today. And that is full time, 4-1 down. So West Ham 4, Leeds 1, the final score. I'll be back in a moment with the second match of today's episode. Okay, well, following on from the disappointment of the first match of the episode, we played an FA Cup game off camera against Sheffield Wednesday and won that one comfortably. And as you can see, prior to the Liverpool game, the second game of today's episode, I have been offered the job of manager of the Dutch national team. Unfortunately, the terms of the save don't allow me to take that at the moment. I need to have won the Premier League and a European trophy first, so I'm going to have to turn it down, and hopefully they'll offer it to somebody whose job I can take. I'll be back in a moment with the match against Liverpool. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode and a home Premier League game against Liverpool. Team for this one, Mamardashvili in goal. Back four is Doig, Colwill, Strauch and Castagna. Gray behind Jimenez and Musa in midfield. Velasco on the left, Prestiani on the right, Nonto up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, well, my assistant wants them to pick up where they left off last time out. They were good, but they're facing an altogether better side in Liverpool this time. So I am going to say we've got nothing to lose. We know how good we are. Let's show everyone else what we're capable of. And let's get out there and see if they can. So we're underway, and we need that Premier League table back up. So there it is. We're 9th at the moment, but we could go up to potentially 6th, more realistically probably 8th, as that one's pulled back, but Szoboszlai gets in the way. Castagna picks up the clearance, finds Colwill. Doig on the left hand side crosses for Nonto, and he's offside, so it wouldn't have counted. We are currently 9th, and that's as good as it's going to get. Even if we win this match, the goal difference gap to Brighton is too big to bridge, so we will not increase our position, but we can at least close in on the teams behind ahead of us. And we've taken the lead against Liverpool. It is Leeds United 1, Liverpool 0, and we've played 26 minutes. So that does solidify us in 9th place, which is fine for now. And we are only 3 points off the top 4 as well. So we are getting back into contention, but it is Liverpool with a corner. And the header is off target, thankfully. So half-time almost upon us. And time to start thinking about substitutions. And there is the half-time whistle. We lead 1-0. So let's give them some words of encouragement. Keep it up. And what changes do we need? Ideally 2, I think. Josh Doig for James Justin. In fact, no, scratch that. I'll move Pascal Strauch to left back. So Strauch can go to left back. Doig can be replaced by Lucas Mai, and Archie Gray can be replaced by Douglas Luiz. And for my third and final halftime change, Alan Velasco to be replaced by Curtis Jones. So let's get out there for the second half and see if we can finish the job. So far we deserve it. Liverpool have not been at their fluent best, but they are still a very, very good side, and we're not going to take them for granted. Alexander-Arnold crosses it in, headed away. Strauch beaten by Dudu, and Liverpool have equalised through Cody Gakpo on 52 minutes. So it is Leeds United 1, Liverpool 1. And now we've got to do it all again. So Gakpo to Tavares, back to Inacio, plays it back to Payton in goal. Nico into Alexander-Arnold, finds Dudu on the right. Will be in the Dudu if he scores again. McAllister to Eric, plays it all the way back to Payton in goal. Not sure why no one chased that down. Inacio to Gakpo, Tavares. Liverpool keeping the ball really well. They're a different side in the second half. Gakpo's cross, McAllister's finish, 2-1 Liverpool, and they've turned it around in the space of 4 minutes. So in terms of changes, Costinha at right back, shattered. James Justin can come on, and Nonto up front for Bellio. And we need to go attacking. We need a goal. There's no point losing this and holding back. We might as well go for it and get ourselves back in contention. We're 3 points behind Arsenal and Manchester United, who occupy the 2 final European spots. So it's not all bad news, but we have lost this one. Leeds United 1, Liverpool 2. I'll be back in a moment to show you the league table and tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, time now to take a look at the league table, and as you can see, we're 10th in the table with 8 wins, 5 draws and 8 defeats from 21 matches, 29 points on the board, 3 adrift, as you can see, of the top 7 and qualification for Europe. So let's have a look at when we might be coming back. And given that we're in a bit of a poor run of form at the moment, I'm going to get a few games done and I'll bring you back in February and I'll show you Newcastle at home and Fulham away. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.